All right, so Neil, thank you very much for the class and teaching me the very basics of Ebru and allowing me to create my own piece of art.
Yeah, you are a good student. Thank you to you.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, this is the traditional art and it's almost 800 years old. And we use just pure pigment and ox-gall and water, you know. Today we can apply this art on fabric, leather, ceramic and metal. Actually,
Oh wow, so pretty much almost anything that you would
yeah,
wanted.
and human skin also. Yeah, we can apply this art on the arms and hands at the festival. And the people are really shocked and surprised.
Do you still use the same techniques from when it first came here 800 years ago?
Actually, for the classical art, we usually use the same material. But for the fabric, leather, human skin, we can use another kind of paints.
Okay, so the one we did right now was the classical version of it.
Yeah. Because this art like a meditation. I want to work with children and children with special needs. Ebru'nun insanlar üzerinde çok büyük bir etkisi var. Hani böyle rahatlatıcı. Ebru'yu hem izleyen hem yapan üzerinde çok büyük etkisi var. Çok eski hocalar da bunu dile getirmişler zaten.
So you're trying to bring more awareness to Ebru and through using it as a meditation tool.
Marbling has started to be art therapy, and you can find some documents about that. And we founded International Ebru Association this year. It's a new, but we would like to work with immigrant women and children and old people, etc. Tourists who came to Istanbul from the Europe, they bought some marble paper. And they say to Turkish paper for the colorful paper.
Okay, so when they took it back, because they got it from Turkey, they just said, hey, it's Turkish paper, so that's where the name came in.
Mm-hmm. But after for a while, our main pattern battal looked like a marble. So they say to this art, marbling.
Yeah, it is today known as water marbling,
Yeah.
right? Okay, interesting.
Originated Middle Asia actually in city of the Bukhara in Uzbekistan, but then spread to India, Iran, Anatolia, and then Istanbul. But in short, we can say this art born in Middle Asia, but it grew up in Istanbul.
Okay, so you guys got it from Middle Asia and then kind of perfected it here.
Anadolu toprakları ve İstanbul her zaman çok karma kültür bir yer olmuştur. Aslında bu mozaiğe benzetilir ama Ebru'ya daha çok benzediğini düşünüyorum. Çünkü suyun üzerine düşen renkler hem esnekler hem birbirlerinin sınırlarına saygılılar ve yapılan her harekette aslında birbirlerinin içerisine geçmesine rağmen kendileri olduğu gibi de görünüyorlar esasen. Dolayısıyla Ebru sanatının belki bu kadar fazla Türkiye'de, İstanbul'da ve Anadolu'da tutulmuş olmasının sebeplerinden bir tanesi. Biz zaten bütün yaşayışımız boyunca bu fazla renge, farklı kültürlere çok açığız ve bir olarak yaşamayı başarabilmiş milletlerden bir tanesi olarak Ebru'yu da bu şekilde tanımlayabilirim.
Okay, that is interesting because a lot of the times that's also in business, it's not who has the idea, but who made the most out of that idea that counts. That's amazing that you guys took the art form and then evolved it into something that is in today's world a part of UNESCO's World Cultural Heritage. So what about your personal connection with Ebru or water marbling?
Yani Ebru yaparken aslında teknenin üzerinde gördüğümüz şey dünyada gördüğümüz birçok şeye benziyor. İşte denizdeki köpükler, dalgalanmalar, bulutların hareketi, gezegenler, hücreler vesaire. Ve bunu yaparken aslında dünyayla çok derin bir bağ içerisinde olduğunu düşünüyorum ve kendimle de bir bağ kuruyorum aslında bu esnada. Ve gerçekten bir meditasyon gibi herhangi bir şey düşünmeme fırsat kalmadan sadece oraya fokus
Wow,
olabiliyorum.
so you really feel connected with you and the world
Yeah.
when you do Ebru. That's amazing.
Zaten Ebru'nun materyalleri içerisinde su var, toprak boyalar var ve insanın varoluşundan bu yana veya gezegenlerin varoluşundan bu yana 2 temel malzeme tekne üzerinde birleşiyor.
That's really interesting and very spiritual.
Yeah.
I do think I felt a little bit what you mean when creating art. You can get so lost in it, and because it's two-dimensional, you really have to bring your own creativity and apply the techniques however you see fit in order to create something new and unique. And yeah, it was a great experience, and it was truly a pleasure to take your class and to learn a little bit more about the art of Ebru and what it means to you and what it means to Turkey in general. So thank you for that.
Thank you too. Welcome. I'm really happy to see you. See you.
The pleasure's ours.